99% of the students are till date working with unskilled based part-time and full-time. And the people who have gone there, they become the locals. Hey, the accommodations are finished. The jobs are no more. Why?
एक राइट करने और पास प्लानिंग किसी का नहीं है.
Accommodation कनाडा में है और वो कभी खत्म नहीं हुई थी. और वो कैसे हो सकता? $700, no basements,
Right.
no basement.
Oh my.
A condo
Right.
is called a flat.
Right.
A student with 3 years of bachelor's, BA, BCom, LLB, LLF, or maybe MTech, computational science, agriculture. Do you want to do MBA? Or you can.
MBA makes a difference. It's because you govern, you administer, right?
Hey, MBA in Global Business Management, MBA in ISN, MBA Journal, MBA in Finance and Management. Like, these are the 5 top-notch programs which we launched and it's running on the go. There are some entrance exams which are there. There's a 10-year scholarship, one of the famous scholarships of entire Canada. Without any exam, you can get it. Starting from $9,000 to $40,000 to $60,000, you're getting scholarships in Canada. It is very important to know that what is the right term at a right period.
Hello everyone, this is Mansi, Kakkad, and welcome to our channel Saarthi Education. Today with us we have a very special guest, Mr. Viren Singal. Viren, welcome to our podcast today.
Thank you so much, Mansi, and Namaskar, Gujarat. Good to see you, everyone. And thank you so much for hosting us here for a wonderful podcast, which is around Canada again, what Canada has to give and what Canada has to take.
Right. So what Canada has to give and take, Viren? So the first question for the podcast is that हमने बहुत बता दिया, सुन लिया कि क्या उनको वहाँ पे एक्सटेंड करना है. But from you, I really need to understand what groundwork students have to do here. Somewhere I feel कि भाई में ये गैप है कि उनकी स्किल सेट्स या रिसर्च या कुछ प्लानिंग में कहीं तो गड़बड़ है, जिस वजह से we are facing this big bubble right now. So expectations.
It's a big question, so I'll just break into a few of the parts. So the major question lies is Canada को एक स्ट्रैटेजिकली समझना चाहिए. हमने अगर ऑस्ट्रेलिया जाना है, न्यूजीलैंड जाना है, any of the destination except India we take. First of all, the question is why we want to leave India.
Right.
There should be certain opportunity we see.
Right.
Maybe there is no practicality in India, or maybe there can be an upgrading system for that particular skill which we want to grow.
And
Which means we are going for what?
right. Okay.
We are going for studying. It was study abroad till date, but what we are making is migrate abroad.
Right. Understood.
The entire journey of a student is more into, okay, let's take a PR, let's get into work.
Right.
I'm saying let's go back. Let's come back in your own house, sit back on that same sofa and think now. From that day you started thinking, I want to go to Canada. Did you take an aggressive research? On that sofa, what were you thinking?
Understood.
You thought what?
Okay.
I want to study and I want to take that skill. I want to learn and then I learn.
Right.
What we made the journey, what we made the entire ecosystem. We made the ecosystem, let's go to Canada and earn. Finish.
Right. I think this is biggest mistake that has happened, and it needs re-engineering.
So what exactly a student should do sitting in the home country? It can be India, it can be Africa, Netherlands, Philippines or Bangladesh. We need to do a little bit of research. Don't stress your minds. A little bit of research which is more into, okay, if I'm going for computer science, what shall I do it so that I can upgrade my skill and get a better job?
Right.
Okay, let's stop job. So I hold the word job. It is a skill based or unskill based.
Right.
99% of the students are till date working with unskilled based part-time and full-time. And the people who have gone there, who are they? There are students.
Right.
They become the locals. Hey, the accommodations are finished. The jobs are no more. Why? I'm like,
Wow. Right.
guys,
That really makes sense.
you went 5 years back. You took your own house. You bought your own car. You clicked the pictures. You put it on the media. Seeing that, your 5 friends want to be the same way. So you have to motivate or you want to demotivate. If you're there in Canada, why are you not coming back? Give me a break.
Makes sense. It absolutely makes sense, Viren. I think that एक राइट करने और पास प्लानिंग किसी का नहीं है और उस चक्कर में ये दिक्कतें हैं. Somewhere they have access to a lot of information, but then the execution, the implementation is a problem.
That's
Their planning is disturbed, or maybe it's not right to what their correct aspirations are. Maybe they're not making that priority setting right. Makes sense. So then, what role does universities like IVU play when the skill sets, the competencies, like how IVU will help matching their expectations, if they said?
मान लेते हैं बच्चा यूनिवर्सिटी में आ गया, बच्चा ने एनरोल कर लिया, एनरोलमेंट के बाद में क्या सोचता है क्या होना चाहिए?
एजुकेशन शुड बी नाइस, उसे रहने की दिक्कतें ना हो, उसे एक कॉन्सेंट्रेटेड या फिर नीश पढ़ने में मदद मिले.
अगर रहने की दिक्कत आपका सेकंड था जी, रहने को क्या बोलते हैं? अकोमोडेशन.
करेक्ट.
इंडिया के लिए अकोमोडेशन क्या है? बेसमेंट. इंडिया के लिए अकोमोडेशन था क्या? बेसमेंट. क्यों?
आपके
एक स्ट्रीट ब्राह्मी,
हाँ.
सैंडलवुड चिंग्यूजी.
ओके.
ब्रैम्पटन में सैंडलवुड चिंग्यूजी इज अ स्मॉल स्ट्रीट, इट्स अ पार्ट ऑफ अ सिटी.
राइट.
वहाँ पे बेसमेंट सस्ती.
ओके.
एक पंजाबी भाई तो कहता यार गुजराती दोस्त भी आ रहे हैं, हम उनको अकोमोडेट कर लेती. मेक सेंस, इजी टू स्टे, पैसा बचा है, बोदल.
हाँ.
बट हमने ये नहीं देखा कि वो ब्राह्मणी सिटी सेंटर भर गया. अब हम बिटवे में रह सकते हैं,
ओके.
बट क्राउड कहाँ पे आ रहे? ब्रांच. एकोमोडेशन से मतलब यस, हम ये सोचना चाहते हैं और बताना चाहते हैं, और आप भी जब एक स्टूडेंट को गाइड करते हो हमेशा यही हो कि वो अकोमोडेशन यूनिवर्सिटी भी तो देती है.
राइट.
तो मैं वो पहला पार्ट क्लियर कर देता हूँ कि एकोमोडेशन कनाडा ने है, वो कभी खत्म नहीं हुई थी. और वो कैसे हो सकता? दैट्स थिंग. टोरंटो, लोग कहते हैं टोरंटो में जॉब्स नहीं है.
जी.
यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ टोरंटो है,
ऑफ कोर्स.
टोरंटो मेट्रोपॉलिटन यूनिवर्सिटी है,
जी.
इंटरनेशनल बिजनेस यूनिवर्सिटी है.
ऑफ कोर्स.
वो बच्चा ला रही है,
जी.
स्पेस होगी,
तभी ला.
अकोमोडेशन है, तीनों यूनिवर्सिटीज के अकोमोडेशन.
इंटरेस्टिंग.
Every of these three universities have their own in-house accommodation.
राइट.
Starting what? Now you guess. Everyone thinks Canada. Everyone thinks Toronto. Everyone thinks, oh shit, huge money will be your
करेक्ट.
accommodations is way too expensive.
ऑफ कोर्स इट इज.
Can you tell what is the per month students expenses to stay in Canada, specifically Toronto?
I think they range from 3,000 to 5,000, maximum 6,000 Canadian
Per
dollars.
month?
Per month, yes.
I think if I say it's $700 starting.
Oh my. I don't know. But that's something unbelievable.
$700, no basements,
Right?
no basement.
Oh my.
A condo
Right.
is called a flat.
Right.
A condo with all the amenities, your beds, your mattresses, your own table, your own chair, a good kitchen, your OTT, any of the platforms you need to see on the Netflix and stuff,
Right.
along with all the ODG platforms you have. Then a gym, a pool, a gaming zone.
You're talking about Toronto.
I'm talking Toronto now. I'm talking about my university specific. I can even talk about University of Toronto. I can even talk about Toronto Metropolitan. I can even talk about the University of Guelph. I can talk about Conestoga. Everyone is facilitating the student. Everyone, every of the university, every of the institution there. What are they doing? They're not teaching a student. No, they're also guiding a student.
Wow.
They're teaching, they're guiding, they're telling a student that that's the job ready. Do what IVU is doing. IVU is for the near university. It started in May 2020.
Yes, it did.
It's been good 4 years.
Yes, 4 years.
Now, in this entire of the 4 years, what IVU did?
That brought great programs. If I talk about the programs, the range that you have, fintech, financial analytics. So these programs are somewhere my favorite. If like anyone gives me a reason to talk about, IVU or any other institutions, right? I think that the niche lies in the area of specialization that you learn. So when people talk Toronto to me, I think that IVU becomes a favorite, and a reason is because you have great specializations.
Yeah.
Concentrated specializations. Finance is different, business is different. You even have IT management, even healthcare management. So I think that's what a student should actually focus on.
Now, pausing it. You said MBA in finance
Right.
with management right.
Yeah.
You said MBA in information system management.
Yes.
Did these courses were developed in Canada before?
No.
The same program is being given by University of Toronto.
Okay. Interesting. But then
But the fees is again.
that's what. That was almost your.
LG map.
Yes.
At a high ELP score.
Also the IELTS.
Eyes. Now there are two types of clothes you wear.
Right.
One is, so I'm very fond of black bags.
Right.
I'm wearing a black bag.
Wow. Okay.
So whenever I go to a showroom, I always take the thing which fits me, where I have a comfort. But more than that, I look for something which gives me confidence very.
Makes sense.
But that's one type of a ready-made outlet which I go. But there's the second one. When the fitting is not good, where are we going?
To the tailor. Does it? Right.
But for a better sitting, for a better comfort,
Right.
I viewed it that.
Okay.
IView made developed with the top leadership. That's what IView is famous for. That's why IView is called what? It's not international business. It's a next generation fastest growing in most. It's a fastest growing. It made tailor-made courses. So they developed into that stock. MBA with information system management. MBA IT combination. MBA with finance and analytics. MBA in innovation, technology and entrepreneurship. Now when I say innovation means Mr. Modi, Startup India.
Of course.
So what exactly Startup India was? A great brilliant mind of India brought Startup India, gave a platform to the students who are in their third years, who are in their fourth year, want to develop something, want to work, want to develop the business and want to generate jobs. I'm saying generate jobs.
Jobs and employment tree.
He was the man who laid out the entire nomenclature for India.
India.
That okay, that's how you can achieve. What waited? You made a curriculum. That okay, but you have 3 years of bachelor's? It's okay against her. Now the constraint came when the people who had 3 years of bachelor's, they were not allowed to do a degree in Canada.
That was one of the biggest drawbacks. Best colleges and universities, but yet they had to settle for, the graduate certificate programs or, nothing but just to be an equivalent or not to achieve that title of master's.
So he made MBA and type. Right? Technology innovation. So we tailor that course. A student with 3 years of bachelor's, BA, BCom, LLB, LLM, or maybe MTech, computational science, agriculture. Do you want to do MBA? Well, you can. Why are we stopping a child who wants to earn an MBA with a specialization, wants to do a business in Canada, doesn't have funds, but has a mind?
True that. Makes sense.
It is simply.
Right.
I'm coming back to the sofa again. A child is sitting back on the sofa and is saying, मेरा फ्यूचर नहीं बन रहा कैनेडा क्यों क्योंकि मैंने आज रिली देखा क्योंकि पॉडकास्ट उसी के लिए जो आज कहीं ट्रैफिक में फंसे हैं बच्चा रील देख रहा है पेरेंट्स रील देख रहे हैं नहीं दिस इज अ मैसेज
Yes, and this is actually to make the difference for genuine students जिनका आज भी एक कैनेडियन ड्रीम है उनको पता है कि वहाँ पे एक बेटर लाइफस्टाइल है एक बेटर अपॉर्चुनिटी है बट समवेयर द बबल दैट हैज बीन क्रिएटेड इज that motion has gone so negative. And I think that representatives like you play a very strong role here, more than even the consultants. जब तक right information एक correct इंसान से बाहर नहीं जाएगी, I don't think so it actually will make a difference. So when people of the university themselves are there to talk it out, I think that's where the real game changer happens. और जहाँ तक हमारा भी सवाल है आई एम एन एकेडमिशियन माई सेल्फ तो करिकुलम्स देखना कोर्सेज देखना एंड आई थिंक वेरी जो IBU का सबसे मेरा फेवरेट पार्ट जो है एंड मोर देन जस्ट बीइंग IBU वाई MBAs आर इम्पॉर्टेंट इज आप किसी भी अप्रेजल स्केल पे पहुँचते हैं यू नीड योर MBAs irrespective of the organization, irrespective of the conduct that you are or a role that you are doing or even you are an employee.
Yeah.
MBA makes a difference.
That's
it's because you govern, you administer, right? And it's necessary. So I think that जो सबसे बड़ा टेक अवे होगा मेरे लिए, मोर देन जस्ट द टेक अवे ऑफ द पॉडकास्ट, मुझे आपसे बहुत सारी बातें करनी है अभी, बट देन आई थिंक द बिगेस्ट टेक अवे इज दिस, दैट MBA इज नीड ऑफ एवरी अप्रेजल साइकिल ऑल्सो.
Yes.
सो अगर कोई एग्रीकल्चर कंपनी में भी है तो भी उसे मैनेजर बनने के लिए चाहिए होगा डिग्री.
That's financial sector were the biggest things where we take an example. Let's take an example of SBI Bank of India.
Right.
Let's take HDFC. Exists Bank of Baroda. Maybe a couple of more banks who always look after an MBA degree. A person who has an MBA degree can be promoted. Of course. I understand this part that okay, Indians are more crazy for doing an MBA. I am more crazy than them to give an MBA,
Right.
but with a specialization.
And that makes a biggest difference. I think that any banking personnel, if he comes to do an MBA with finance, I think that he'll definitely have an upper hand when it comes to getting even jobs all over the world. So more than that notion be like, you know, it's a master's degree and it promotes this and that and all. I think that it is the need of an hour to actually have great concentrations in MBA. And I think that's where you people are actually making a difference. Because healthcare MBA was lesser, wasn't there?
It is still to launch.
Right.
Does not yet launched, but so MBA in Technology Innovation Entrepreneurship,
Right.
MBA in Global Business Management, MBA in ISN, right. MBA Journal, MBA in Finance and Management. Like these are the 5 top-notch programs which we launched and it keeps running on the go. So we have one of the top programs, MBA in as I told.
Right.
As I was comparing with the Startup India.
Right.
MBA Finance is something you want to get into the banks.
Sure.
The finance sectors, if it's a stats, it's a concept, yeah. MBA Information Systems Management is something in India. The Bangalore is a city which is famous. Two people become consultants.
Right.
USA is famous for Silicon Valley.
Right.
Let's take a break. So, what is Canada famous for? Toronto. All the startup hubs, all the finance hubs.
Right.
And the third biggest startup, which is what? IT. It's in Toronto. So, when we say Google headquarters in Canada, where is it? It's in dictionary.
Oh my, I was wrong there? Okay. I did do my research. So, okay.
So just imagine there are a lot of big top-notch companies who are placed in Park.
Okay.
So that is one of the chassis parts what I wanted to tell the students. That is Canada will began. If today you are hearing that real or a media guy or that blogger who is sitting on a YouTube and just saying, guys, I'm going back to India. But boo, comment on that section and say, Ben.
Right.
Just listening to that and not listening to the partner who is still guiding and not doing any aggressive researches.
Right.
And you were asking that how IB.
Right.
IB. So ever heard about any university which is saying, okay guys, we will even teach you writing skills? No. Wait, we entertained that. We started a special workshop, say, for writings. We entertained a new skill, speaking skill.
Okay.
We did a third thing, personality development.
Okay.
A lot of diversity, a lot of cultures comes to us. It's not in only India, it's China was coming in. It's Latin America, Africans, Sri Lankans, Bangladesh, Nepal. Everyone when it comes to our class should feel that confidence, should feel that motivation that I took the right choice, but with the right career, but with the right research and the right program.
Think this makes up the difference. If anyone would have strategized this right, I don't think so that we would be, making an awareness podcast. Trust me on that. I think that precise information is everything. That bunch of research, or more than bunch of research, I think that one correct decision about where, what, how makes all the difference for everyone. They're not right informed at times, I feel, where, students get deviated about their own goals in life, their career setup gets disturbed is because, they don't consider it right, maybe. And I think that it's very important from, hearing your words. I feel that every student has to actually, I think that there is a matrix that can be given to them and that can work out. Step number 1, they should understand what their priority is.
Yeah.
Right? Where their niche is. Step number 2, understand where they are great. So from what they want to be to can they actually be? That good reality check is also equally important.
Yeah, why? There is a reason attached to it.
True.
Now we go to Toronto, we go to Whitby, Vancouver, British Columbia, maybe Labrador.
Right.
You Brook Street? Saskatchewan. We never study. We never study. And look at this particular city is a shortfall of this particular labor and demand or of this particular skill.
True.
Let's take an example of an area called Magon.
Okay, there is an area like that.
There's an area like that after crossing Yorkdale, it is Buchan,
Okay.
is Parry,
Uh,
where there's a famous college, Georgian it was famous.
Georgia, right, right.
There's a lot, beautiful place, Old Lake as well.
Okay.
That is before Sapari.
Okay.
There's a city attached near to Toronto which is called Whitby and Scarpoes. Every city, every detailed city, every time we understand Canada, there's a city attached to it. And we forget to see that, okay, oh, there's a skill which is in demand here. But people are not there. There's a shortage. Restaurants is something, of course, there are a lot. What is second one? It's real estate. What's third? That's the big category, big pop companies, IT.
Right.
What's fourth?
Management of all of this.
So when we say Walmart, when we say Costco, when we say Tim Hortons,
Right.
so what do we mean?
We mean an organization that needs to be governed. True.
A lot of skills are added to run a company. From an HR to an admin, from an operations to an IT, to a floor manager to supply chain to logistics, to managing, to the finance, to the stats, between the part. There are part-time jobs, past day. Not only a part-time job, but aliens are doing that. My friends, my brothers and sisters. Hi sir, how can I help you? That's an easy going job. I know us. It's important to take a taste of it, but not to have that particular leisure of it.
Leisure of it. True.
I know you guys can earn a stamp,
Makes sense.
but I'm like, okay, don't get the silence, buddy. You can do it in 2 years.
Of course.
But not stay in their job. One of the biggest examples. Entire Canada has a lot of hospitals. Canada as a country is tired of telling that oh, we need people and students to want to go for nursing.
Okay.
But what does students say? Okay, we don't have maths. Which is fine.
Right.
Go for some of the programs which attaches you to a degree which goes into nursing. Let's take a second example. A student maybe who did B Pharma here in India wants to go for MD, but is not able to go. Why?
Maybe because he is lacking the prerequisite subjects.
Exactly. I'm saying it's fine if you don't have, you can come. Now there's a guy who's saying, sir, I lost my interest in studies and I got 20 vapors. Okay, I'm talking about a shorter version, maybe 80 vapors.
Oh my God.
What a partner is saying, I can send you.
Okay.
Bye. I'm saying, okay, you have 100 bachelors, but it come to be. Want to learn?
Yes.
I have a fun for it.
I think that it's important is because if you don't support people who have lose their skills and maybe they want to be competent and so rather that's where the difference can be made is because there are people who are intelligent and they are already sorted, but then there is a chunk who can actually make a bigger difference. But if you don't give them the right skills, then that resource is lost. Does make sense.
Everyone says that studying in Canada for scholarships are not here.
Biggest problem.
I'm like, okay. But there are a lot of universities which are giving scholarships. Only that.
Okay.
There are some entrance exams which are there. There's a Bernier scholarship, one of the famous scholarships of entire Canada. Majority of the students go for it. But there are a lot of universities who are not taking an entrance exam, but just to elevate a student, just to make a parent feel special.
Right.
And just to say that student, oh, it's okay, buddy. You still did a wonderful job in your high school. You want to get the scholarship.
Interesting.
Without an exam, you can get it. Without any exam, you can get it. Starting from $9,000 to $40,000 to $60,000, you're getting scholarships in Canada.
My, I think that this was one of the biggest problems of the students that they have funding, but then they are not well funded, right?
Yeah.
And scholarship is like more than scholarship. It becomes an achievement to them.
Yeah.
So it actually gives them a sense of satisfaction that they have cleared something and then they've come. So I think that scholarship is actually something that people do research, right? Otherwise, there are a lot of scholarships available across. Even the universities, and one of our student actually got a global matrix scholarship. He went for a 2-month research program there. He's currently studying in university. He went to Kalani University and now he is part of Concordia University. And the government of Canada is paying him for that education. Soham Sakarya. He just went and a very wonderful child. So I think that this podcast should actually go as a correct message that if you are planned right, the resources are available in Canada where there are jobs, there are accommodations and opportunities. I think that people have this notion that there are no opportunities around there. So I think that barrier needs to be broken. That other is something that students should overcome. So back to our matrix, what, how, and then we accomplish with our information.
Exactly.
That's what they have to do.
Yeah, yeah. An aggressive research and be peaceful in our research. Don't really go fast. It's okay if you can miss an intake, but at least that career won't come back. Those 2 years won't come back. Those 4 years of your bachelor's won't come back. Those hardship which you can reap today and survive for another 50 years, maybe more guys, you can survive.
Wow.
What we are doing is, oh, we need to go back to our parents to get the money back. I'm like, it's okay. The way Indian parents are supporting, or maybe not only Indian parents, come on, like every parent is opening their pockets, they're opening their hearts over. It's tough for them to send a student or a kid so far away.
True.
Which is not like a whole one-night journey, 2 hours you go and you come back. It takes a lot of stuff. It takes a lot of mind. It takes a lot of hardship as well for a parent as well. Parents will never say that you need to pay back me after 1 year. They will always say, it's okay. अगले साल का पैसा भी मैं दे दूंगा, और तो मन लगा.
Yes, I think this is one of the biggest takeaways that actually any child should understand and take is that instead of having that pressure of earning from day one, that's where this entire intent of sending out has gone wrong is they get into this mindset that they're going to start earning from day one.
Yeah.
Rather, their focus has to be in development of the skills, networking right, making their resume stronger, and then making it their day one after 15 days. I think that's okay, 15 days a month. Like you said, years and years. Even that will be fine.
Yeah, it's again a journey. Let's go back to the thing which I was saying. Accommodation means basement, basement means again you have a native country, your native state people.
Right.
Go to a condo. Find a better space. Maybe a different country person who's staying with you gives a better mindset. Opens your mind. You want to open a fruit shop, please go for it. Maybe with a new innovation.
Being a CE has the tie.
Yeah. He has that tie.
Of course.
He wants to open a planter business, he can do that. India is moving massively on digital marketing. So, Canada, the first of its kind course, the Bachelor's of Commerce in Sales and Marketing with Digital Specialization. So, the exact name of the course is BCom in Digital Sales and Marketing.
Interesting.
ये Canada का ही first of its kind course. And there are another address.
I'm sure of it.
That's all. It's a tailor.
Okay.
It's not a ready.
Right.
The leadership of IEA sat and brainstormed that what is in demand.
Right.
If we know that a lot of students are spending their time on Instagram Reels and YouTube videos, what is it? Digital media?
Digital media, true.
Maybe we see Zomato puddings. We see a lot of puddings of Zomato. Oh, what a branding name. What is it? McDonald's tiara bhi hai. Oh, 49 rupees burger. What is it?
Marketing.
Domino's, 39 to 69. Pan pizzas. It's marketing.
True.
We say 70% off. That 70% off, what it makes you do? It makes you drive to that.
Try to the right. Of course.
McD shows 49 rupees burger, but what we order is McSpicy Pari.
Because of the 75% off, the penetration, the proportion. Right.
So that's what. Now, the in-demand courses which are there in Canada still has a lot of jobs, but student is not looking for something stable option because they are more into part-time.
Understood. So that notion that psychology actually has to change from somewhere, like doing this, like routine or the routine chores that they do, but they have to rather think on a bigger level.
Yeah. Again, it's for a realization for them.
Of course it is.
It is something which they get upgraded.
Right.
right? Now, it's just we are talking today. This goal top to the students who are there since 10 years.
Okay.
They're still in the hutch. Why? Because they know they got a PR. They're still happy. They're working there.
Right. Of course.
But what we take example is, oh, 1 in 1,000 is coming back reverse imitation.
Makes sense.
सर वो ना मम्मी का रिश्तेदार वापस आना है.
मम्मी का रिश्तेदार वापस आ रहा है. What about your plan?
I'm back to that sofa.
Perfect.
That sofa, take a cup of tea, take a cup of coffee and again think. ये 10 चीज़ें मना सोच के जाओगे तो you'll survive.
Right.
वो 10 चीज़ें वहाँ जाकर सोचोगे तो it is.
Makes sense. Wow. Wow.
It is very important to know that what is the right turn at a right moment.
And this,
Right movement taking the left hand will spoil next.
right.
Very important to understand this.
Yes, I think that इसको सीरियसली लेना भी उतना ज़रूरी है कि कहीं पे आप सोफे पे अगर बैठे हैं तो आप सिर्फ वहाँ पर बैठे नहीं हैं. देयर वुड बी some driven choices that you would have made. आपने कुछ तो सोचा होगा तब जाके उस सोफे पे आए हो. So this is like you are on that sofa, you listen to the podcast and you think, makes sense. They are already driven. I think that ऐसा भी नहीं है कहीं का ये है कि जैसे बच्चे सोफे तक तो आ रहे हैं मीन्स दे आर अवेयर कि नहीं a bigger dream, a bigger version of being myself awaits. But then the right choices of information and correct courses and then the right edition of what they should be adding to develop themselves is lacking.
Yeah.
So back to our metrics, right? Wait, what house?
Exactly.
But it's still one liner, two liner, or some message for our listeners.
So, as a wisdom, what I can tell is that do meditate before thinking that we are going to any study abroad. Not Canada, not Australia. Maybe you want to sit back in India and not to study. Just remember that the research you do today is for your tomorrow. The research you sit back to do today is for your betterment. No one except you should be proud of the decision you took. No one should be more proud of your parents the decision you took today. So whenever you think that so far, you think that you did your research, you should not be depending upon anyone. A little dependency is always better, not the entire 100% dependency. रिश्तेदार दोस्त बहुत सोचेंगे बट ये मत सोचते रहना कि लोग क्या सोचेंगे मैंने ये क्या कर लिया डोंट एवर थिंक दैट एनीथिंग आउट ऑफ द बॉक्स यू वांट टू डू प्लीज गो फॉर इट दैट्स द विजडम ऑफ द वीडियो.
Thank you so much, Viren. I think this was one of the very nice statements that even I've heard. ये wisdom तो मैं खुद भी लेके जा रही हूँ सर. Thank you. Thank you to your time. Thank you, listeners. I'll see you again for the next episode.
All the best, guys, the entire of the Saarthi education team. Stay in touch. See you all in 2025.
All the best.